Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. We are in the dog days of summer. It is nice and sweltering out today. Today's a little bit better because we've had a lot of cloud cover and a breeze, but boy, the humidity is certainly there. So something that it might bring a smile to some of your faces. If you haven't heard, it's the new buzz online. You know, there's always some new thing that's just got everyone talking about it. Well, this time, it's about everyone's favorite former president. Yes, yeah, I know, the very first one that came to mind when I said that, Barack Obama. So apparently a book was written back in 2017 about him. And the journalist was a liberal, but well-respected author, and uncovered some stuff, and it's really just now starting to come to light. People are starting to take notice. But apparently, Obama had a girlfriend early on, you know, before he met, you know, his other one, and you know, his current wife, you know, and he had written a letter to her stating how he had these homosexual tendencies, how he just fantasized about guys. Interesting. I know the very first thing that you're going to think about is old Michelle, but that's not actually what was going on. He was writing to her about this, and of course, people have denied it. The original letters were sold to Emory University. And someone went in there and found them in the archives, and they were not allowed to take pictures, but they transcribed the letters, and that's what they say. So anyways, that's an interesting little tidbit of information. In other news, it came out in the news today that the digital dollar project has finished their pilot program. I think this is something worthy of noticing, because that probably means we're getting a little bit closer to CBDC. Now, to be fair, the digital dollar program isn't specifically about the US dollar, but it's about the ability to transfer US dollars to the Philippines and back and forth. It was a pilot program done between us and the Philippines, and it was using Western Union and one of their top banks. So they wanted to see how easy it would be using CBDC to transfer funds from the United States and US dollars to the Philippines in their pesos. And they said it went well, and the pilot program has ended with success. So what that tells me is that we're just another step closer to that. Another step closer to more fake money. I mean, we've had fake money for 100 years now, but at least it was fake money that you could hold in your hand. Now the money's going to get to be so fake that you won't even be able to touch it. You can't even hold it in your hand. It's not even going to be made on toilet paper anymore. You know, it's just fake all around. You know, we're got fake money, fake food. Everybody's eating all this fake food that's just making them sick. FDA approves, you know, all kinds of harmful things that are pesticides, things that, you know, you have to show your ID at Lowe's or something, or to verify you're 18 to buy, but it's okay to put it in your breakfast cereal. And fake medicines, all the stuff that they're pumping full of people, causing them to have mental problems, causing them to develop heart problems and strokes and diabetes and cancers and all this kind of stuff. All fake. We live in a fake world. So I guess it's no surprise, speaking of food, and I know that y'all love it when I say this, but I do want to mention to you that you can get a hold of a pretty good deal right now on emergency freeze-dried food. There is a link in the description below. It'll be the very first link. It's fruits and vegetables, it says. I know a lot of people, and rightly so, criticize emergency freeze-dried food because most of it is just carbs. It's just pastas and carbs, you know, with a little bit of meat, a little bit of vegetables. And that's true. This is good, healthy. It's fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, freeze-dried, on sale. You get 122 servings for $77. That's something like 65 cents a serving. That's pretty cheap, 66 cents, something like that. It's cheap for what you're getting. It's freeze-dried, fresh. It'll last 25 years on a shelf. You get a bucket of it for $77. Wouldn't hurt to buy a few buckets of it. And because it's fresh vegetables and fruit and some snacks, the fruit and the vegetables, you know, you can just eat them. You know, it's dehydrated bananas and strawberries and blueberries and, you know, carrots, things like that. You can just pop them in your mouth and eat them. You don't even have to reconstitute them. So it's a good way to stock up on some emergency stuff that's actually healthy. Most of your emergency stuff, it's one of those give and take things. It's gonna last, it'll keep you alive, but is it really healthy? Nah, probably not, because it's rice and pastas and, you know, stuff like that, which aren't really healthy to be eating a lot of anyways. It'll keep you alive in an emergency. Well, this is healthy emergency. So anyways, the link in the description below, you can click on that. A lot of people are really stocking up on this. My Patriot Supply has been selling a bunch of it because it is a really good deal. But you know, it's fake everything, and we're probably gonna have digital currency before we know it. You know, today the JP Morgan said, you know what, we're now rethinking, and we think that maybe a recession isn't going to happen. Just a couple of weeks ago, all of these financial experts were saying, yeah, recession, it's literally right around the corner. It's literally right around the corner. And now they're saying, well, maybe not. Even though gas prices are skyrocketing, expected to break $100 a barrel probably in the next couple of weeks, which is going to cause inflationary numbers, you know, the overall inflation to go up. After JP Morgan made that announcement today that they didn't really think we'd have an inflation, the S&P 500 fell, oil prices went up, gold and silver prices skyrocketed. So it was like this, you know, reversal. You know, oh, it's good, everything's good, and everyone's like, yeah, right. Interesting, the words that they used. We don't foresee a recession. Maybe it's because they foresee a depression. Who knows? We know that things are bad. We know that, you know, who cares anymore what Wall Street and what the government numbers say? We know they're all fake, just like, you know, all the voting stuff. It's all fake. Our food's fake. Medicines are fake. Our money's fake. Politicians are fake. Everything we see on TV's fake. AI now, you know, they can make human beings act and stuff on TV, and it looks just as real as you or I, and it's all fake. We live in this fake matrix. So why would we believe any of their numbers anymore when we know our pocketbooks hurt? My wife is in a group, you know, like an online group, and it's women talking about, you know, recipes, you know, home cooked meals, that kind of stuff. And so they got to talking about the expenses of food costs, and there were several people that obviously they keep pretty good personal budget records, but they were showing their food bill 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and today. And virtually every single one of them, it was at least a 50% increase, a minimum of a 50% increase. And of course, some of these people are in other parts of the country where things are even more expensive. But, you know, one of them was showing like their food bill 3 years ago was like, you know, $700, and now it's, you know, like over $2,000. Another one, their food bill was $1,500 a month 3 years ago, and now it's over $3,000 a month. So we all know that. You know, housing costs are skyrocketing, rent, mortgage, homeowners insurance, vehicles, everything's ridiculous. Saw the other day a brand new Jeep, I guess it's a Cherokee, or they're the big SUV, whatever they're calling it, the Wagoneer or the Cherokee, for Jeep, $110,000. Who in the world would have ever thought that any Jeep whatsoever was going to be worth, I don't care how nice it is. I don't care how fast it is. I don't care how many horsepower it is. I don't care how many bells and whistles it has. Who in the world would have thought a Jeep would have been over $100,000? A brand new Ford pickup, you know, top of the line, 1 ton, everything, over $100,000. Back in my day, you know, that's what Lamborghinis cost. That's what, you know, Rolls Royce costs. We're getting to the point no one can afford anything. I saw another number just the other day. I can't remember the exact, but it was showing that the average income needed to purchase a home today, in today's world, the average, and of course this is different everywhere, but the average is $117,000 a year. 6-figure income. Again, I can remember when 6-figure incomes was a lot of money, and now you need that just minimum just to buy a house. And you're like, oh, well, that's how things change. No, they don't. It's called inflation. It's how they rob and steal from us, folks. Don't be buying their lies that, well, that's just how things progress. No, because before 1973, when they took us off the gold standard, 100 years prior to that, most everything had stayed about the same price. It stayed the same price. And it's only because of inflating our dollar, taking us off the gold standard, that we're seeing this rapid change. And it's driving us to everything's fake. We live in a fake world. It's why you should take the responsibility for you and your family's existence, the responsibility for your food, the responsibility for your security, the responsibility for just existing, and the medical and everything, and take it back into your own hands. Quit being dependent. End the nanny state, okay? And you're not going to end the nanny state by electing some different dude in the office, all right? That's all fake. That's all pre-chosen. But you can end the nanny state by disconnecting yourself to it. I know that's hard. It's hard for everyone. But we got to start doing it. It's the only way that we're going to survive this. I mean, other than the spiritual stuff. I know everyone's like, well, what about? Yes, absolutely. You should have your heart right with God. You should be praying. You should be following the path of Jesus, asking him into your heart. All that. Absolutely true. But from a physical sense, as long as you're tethered and hyper-dependent upon this system and upon this government, when it falls down and collapses, you're going to go down with it. End it now. Start working out a plan of how you and your family, your community, can disconnect from this fake system. That's all it is. It's all fake. It's fake experts, fake educators, fake schools. You know, they don't teach you anything about schools. You look at all the test scores and how many children in America you graduate high school and are illiterate. Why? Because, well, they're teaching them all kinds of pronouns and he, him, z's, hers, and you know, transgender and rainbows and pink hair and dresses and all that kind of ridiculousness. We live in a fake world, and everyone's just gobbling it up. Everyone's sick, mentally unhealthy, weak, unstable, and hyper-dependent upon this fake system that they bought and that they built around us. And we've allowed it. It's time to stand up, toughen up. Be a man and be a woman. Don't allow it anymore in your life. Start making plans every day to work towards ending your dependence upon their fakeness. Because it's only going to get worse. All this technology, there's fake food, fake meat, bugs, fake medicines, fake pandemics, fake everything. It's all fake. And they're gonna capture everyone. They're gonna own you if you don't stand up and not be part of this system. It's time to get your houses in order. I mean, how many times I have to say it? Every day, I guess. Get yourselves squared away. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually, because hard times are coming, folks. We ain't seen nothing yet. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.